welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to reveal the real reason why I'm still holding Omi. For those of you that have been following me on Twitter, if you haven't, do follow. I made it clear that I haven't sold any of my VEVE NFT, I haven't sold any of my Omi coins, and plan to continue to hold and dollar cost average going into 2023. Now, what I'm about to reveal to you is actually going to be shocking, and you're going to wonder to yourself, well, why are you sharing this, right? Aren't you bullish on Omi? Now, listen to this, guys. The price of Omi dropped significantly over the past year, down 88%. It's been outperformed by 83% of the top 100 crypto assets in 1 year. Outperformed by both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Trading below the 200-day simple moving average. Only 12 green days in the past 30 days. Down 94% from its all-time highs, has low liquidity based on its market cap, less than 32% of total supplies in circulation, not trading with any fiat currencies, yearly inflation rate is 45%, and they actually increased the supply of Omi by 5% or more this year as well. So you're probably wondering, why did you just share that? You're not selling Omi to me. Like what you just read. In fact, I was already bearish on Omi. Now I'm definitely staying away from this coin. Now, the reason why I'm sharing that with you is because I want to be completely transparent. And for those of you that already know, I have an extensive crypto portfolio. I have an incredible crypto portfolio, actually. I don't need to sell Omi. All I can do is be completely honest, because this is, of course, my crypto diary. So why am I still holding Omi, and why am I still bullish on Omi and the Ecomi project at large? Now, firstly, this is what I want to show you guys. And I said this yesterday in a video that I made on my YouTube channel. So make sure you do watch the videos, because it will give you more in-depth. It will give you a more in-depth look at my trading psychology and how I actually view particular cryptos and also the crypto market at large. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell notification icon so you can stay up to date with all my recent videos. Remember, guys, nothing that you see in this video is financial advice, so always make sure to do your own independent research. And with that being said, pause the video, click the link in my description, and join the Telegram group so you can stay up to date with all my recent updates, news updates, technical updates, and much, much more. Now, let's continue with the video. So the way I like to look at coins in particular is I like to break it down by market segment. So, for example, NFT tokens. This is NFT tokens in the cryptocurrency market. Total crypto market cap for NFT tokens is 8.98 billion. So we can see the rough size of this overall market. So therefore, when you look at this stat, and you can see here, 83% of the top it's been outperformed by 83% of the top crypto assets. Well, guess what? You'll understand that NFT tokens have been one of the worst performing sectors in the cryptocurrency space. So therefore, you can understand why that makes sense. Now, also, the way I look at it, and then of course, you can do this for layer 1 tokens, you can look at this for DeFi projects, etc. So the idea is to break it down by segment. So I've done that. So I've looked at the NFT token segment, and when I'm looking at coins, I'm looking at opportunities to invest in or to be a part of. When I look down this list, I only see a few coins that, number one, have a working project. So we can go down the list. A lot of these projects are not even working projects. It was basically hype. Obviously, people may be bullish on them as they've decided that they're going to roll out a full working project in maybe 2024, 2025, etc. So Omi ticks the list of being a project that has an actual real working project. Many of us use VEVE collectibles. Many of us are, a part of the community. So, for example, here's a 2-day lineup of VEVEX Decon drops Saturday. So they have an event that's taking place, etc. Right? They have a lot of things that they are doing in real life. So we can actually attend these events. We can be a part of the community if we wish, right? It's very much tangible. It's not all metaverse, we don't know who the owners are. It's just hypotheticals, ideas, and all this kind of stuff. This is something that we can actually get involved in and attend, meet the owners, the founders, and meet people in the community as well, right? So it ticks that box. But anyway, that is not enough to be bullish on a project based on what we just read. Well, now I look at, okay, I actually like VEVE NFTs. I like what they're trying to do. But why the coin? The coin has no utility. Well, this is where you do have to put your thinking cap on, your analytical cap on, and you do have to do the what if scenario. So you kind of have to think of the best case, the worst case scenario. Now, I see Omi personally because I believe we're going, and I knew this from 2000 and, going into 2020 actually, going into 2021. I knew that the majority of people that are going to enter the NFT space or enter, the cryptocurrency space are going to be people that they want projects that they deem as above board, right? And with the FTX situation, with what's actually happening, been happening in the cryptocurrency space, this actually accelerates the need for regulation or the want from people that want to get involved in the cryptocurrency space for regulation. Institutional investors, when they're looking for projects, they're going to invest in projects that they deem as regulated, as that already have, already above board. Ecomi has licenses with Disney, all these major companies. Now, would they get these licenses if they were offline? Probably not. Institutional investors, new people coming into the space, they're going to go for projects that are in alignment with the values that are already recognized in the centralized space. That's number one. So when that tsunami comes through, which we are expecting, where do you think they're going to go? Are they going to go down the list and go to an ultra NFT token with no transparency? We don't know who the owners are. They don't have any corporate licenses. They don't have any recognized investors on the board. They don't have, it's just not going to happen. Unfortunately, it's just not going to happen. So where are they going to go? They're going to go for projects like Sandbox. They're going to go for projects like ApeCoin. They're going to go for projects like Chiles, which is now number one, right? Surprise, surprise. Another project, and for those of you who don't know, Chiles, fan tokens, etc. Why? Because people in the centralized space, they're going to pile money into projects that they can already recognize and can actually translate into the centralized space as well, which Chiles is doing. And surprise, surprise, is number one. We're going to have Sandbox, Mana, what else? Even audio. So this is what I'm personally looking at. Now, with that being said, that still doesn't answer the question when it relates to the charting work, because of course you guys have probably listened so far and said, okay, you're making sense, but unfortunately, since I've been in this project, it just hasn't performed. I love what you're saying and the vision for what could potentially happen, and how institutional investors are likely to go for projects that are already recognized, above board, etc. But since I've been in this project, it's always been red. And in fact, I'm on the verge of actually dumping all my tokens and leaving this space altogether. Well, you see, this is where you do have to really look at the long-term proposition, and take factors in and actually factor in where we currently are as well. So number one, we know that the NFT tokens have been hit, the hardest in this current bear market. We also know that a lot of money has been, sucked out of a lot of these coins. We also know that Omi is a project that hasn't been listed on any major exchange like Binance or Coinbase, etc. yet, right? So there's that factor as well. We also know that even though we do have a growing community, it hasn't really, hit It hasn't hit scale just yet the way we would want it to for mass adoption. And of course, during this current economic climate, the last thing on people's mind is buying NFTs or buying, digital collectibles. We know that as well. So there's so many factors in play here. So what I'm doing when I'm buying, when I'm holding, is purely for the long term, because when the bull market comes around, people have money to spend, people are more confident again. Well, then hopefully they should plow money into the NFT tokens space. And not only that, hopefully it should be 100x. We should see the market cap above 100 billion. I believe a lot of that money is going to go towards projects that are already well established in a centralized space. And I believe Ecomi is one of those projects, basically. So I'm betting on Ecomi for the long term. Yes, I know you're going to comment, but Ecomi has no utility yet, etc. Guys, I'm well aware of this, but I'm looking at this purely from a long-term perspective. And that's just my opinion. That's just my thought process. And it's funny because even when things were going great, you could look at my first ever video, even when Ecomi was at all-time highs. You can quote me on this. What did I say to you? It doesn't matter if this goes up to 10 cents. This for me is a long-term project. So whether this goes up or whether this goes down, I'll be holding for at least the next 5 years minimum. Unless of course this hits $1, and I told you my strategy, what I'll do if this hits $1, etc. But my point is, project like this, along with many NFT tokens, are going to be best. The ROI will be best over the long term. Just my opinion. I don't think this space as it is severely undervalued, and it presents us with such an incredible opportunity overall. And before I wrap up, well done for making it this far in this video, guys. I just want to show you one more thing before we do move forward, and just to further confirm my thought process. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you the projects that have been rising to the top. For Chile's, for example, at $1.5 billion market cap. Let me just show you guys something pretty interesting, right? Now, with that being said, this project is still down 72% from its all-time high. So it's not, it's not a project that has that's been unaffected by what's been happening in the market, but it's a product that has been affected. But I'm going to show you this because it makes sense. So outperformed 78% of the top 100 crypto assets in 1 year. Outperformed Bitcoin and Ethereum, trading above 200. 20 green days in the last 30 days. Anyway, and of course the list on Binance and other major platforms. But this is what I want to show you guys, right? Let's go down. So remember my my main thesis of why I'm betting on projects like Ecomi and even Chile's. I was early in this as well. Listen to this. So what is Chile's network? Chile's is an ERC20 token with utility within Chile's and Socio's platform. The project launched their own sports fan engagement platform named Socios. On the Chile's blockchain and CHZ tokens are used as the currency, right? The goal is to provide sports fans with a different experience while monetizing their engagement with their favorite clubs through blockchain technology. So it's connecting the centralized space with the decentralized space using blockchain technology, but to meet a need in the centralized space. I want to make that clear. They're meeting a need in the centralized space. The product has been supported by teams in the Italian Series A, major football teams in Spain, and the UFC. The token itself has good liquidity and can be traded via some of the major exchanges, right? And I'm not going to get into how this works, fan tokens, etc. I said this would be big. We knew this was going to be big for the same reason why I'm saying Ecomi is going to be big, because all we're doing is bridging the gap between the centralized and decentralized space using blockchain technology to further develop on what they are already doing in the centralized space. And of course, for those of you in Europe, in the UK, etc., or even America, soccer, we know how big that is here in the Europe, in the UK. They've tapped into that. Surprise, and many of you will know about UFC, but they're mainly, a lot of their growth is coming by football, etc. Right? And I'm not going to get into all of this. And guess what, guys? Surprise, surprise. They're now number one in a bear market on NFT platforms. Right? Let me show you guys another example. Let's look at number 2, right? Flow. Again, guys, thank you for making it this far in the video. I'll be wrapping up shortly, but let me just show you. So this is the second largest. Let me just go down and again show you about this project. What is Flow? Flow is a blockchain which can be used as a foundation for gamers, apps, and digital assets developed by Dapper Labs. It is a decentralized and fast as well as a developer friendly. By using Flow to create any of the before mentioned options, users are in control of their own data. The network is built in a different way because their nodes are not involved in the whole validation process. Instead, they are divided in a way where a group of nodes is specialized in a specific part of the process. This way, the whole validation flow is operated with more efficiency. The company also has its own native token called Flow. Now, I'm not going to get into how this works, etc. But of course, meeting a need in the centralized space. And of course, you're probably saying, well, what does this have to do with Omi? Because I believe premium digital license NFTs is what the main people in the centralized space will flock towards. That's what I'm betting on, right? That's what I believe they're going to bet on. I believe Omi, Ecomi is going to blow OpenSea out the water and other NFT projects out the water to rise to the top. But let's see if we're correct. We're going to have to wait and see if whether our thesis is correct or not. But for now, guys, as always, buy when there's blood on the streets, even when it's your own. Thank you for making it this far in the video, guys. Seize the day.